The protectionist and isolationist themes in President Trump's inauguration speech are causing jitters in many world capitals. But his speech was applauded in Russia, in Israel, and by populist leaders in Europe. In London, hundreds of people gathered at the U.S. Embassy to chant, "Dump Trump." That is where Jonathan Vigliotti is this morning. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning. I want to show you the scene here this afternoon in the UK. Thousands of people gathered here today, joining in solidarity with the Women's March in the U.S. This is one of 600 protests popping up around the world today. Many of the people we've spoken with said it's so important to stand up for women's rights, but also to speak out against the rhetoric of the Trump presidency. We are here outside the U.S. Embassy in London, which has been a flashpoint for protests over the past 24 hours.
Donald Trump has got to go.
International protests began as President Trump took office. Those outside the U.S. Embassy in London said Trump's inauguration speech confirmed their worst fears.
In his inauguration speech, Trump said, from this day forward, we put America first. You live in the UK. How do you interpret that?
Well, I believe that you can only solve, international conflict and problems through cooperation.
Around Europe, groups gathered to protest as a new wave of nationalism threatens the continent. Many arguing Trump's rhetoric helps fuel it. From Berlin and Brussels to Madrid and Australia, where women gathered ahead of today's march in Washington.
Now, some may say we're anti-Trump. They say that. But it's not all about him. It's about the systemic inequalities highlighted by his rise to power. I like to think of these actions, these marches, as anti-hatred, anti-bigotry, and anti-misogyny.
It's a message echoed by demonstrators in London today.
Why is it so important to speak out and be here today?
Well, because it's a community of women who are not going to be walked over. And we're going to stand up for all women all over the world.
And people here carrying signs that say, "Dump Trump" and "Love Trump's hate." A much different scene from when President Obama first took office. Back then, people were also in the streets, but Anthony, they were celebrating.
Jonathan Vigliotti in London, thanks.